Bourbon Barkeep, my name is Curtis. Thank you for tuning in to another Spotlight episode. I don't know when this will come out. Had a couple house call Wednesdays. Super fun to get back into those. Back into the Spotlight realm. Back into spending money. But was it worth it? Was it well spent? Let's find out. Thirteenth Colony, I kind of go back and forth on them. Some of their stuff, really good. Their cast strength rye that they put out just last year was top 10 whiskey of the year. Then they go into the bourbon cast strength and you're like, 90, maybe higher. But this one intrigued me. I wasn't gonna lie. The label, pretty slick. Yes, I understand the juice probably counts for more, but a good label certainly piques my interest a little bit more. So they came out with a BouRye. Pretty excited for it. It is the Symphony composition number 1. So assuming that they're labeling it number 1, I feel like we can assume that there may be more of these in the coming years. So BouRye out of 13th Colony. They haven't gotten the full Woodford Masters Collection dead to me, but it's thin ice. So we'll see if this is all that's cracked up to be. Now, we've asked for some transparency. They've given us an inch, but progress is progress. We got straight bourbon over here on the label and straight rye. There was no straight rye on their cast strength rye. Why? I don't know. The color kind of threw me off, but it was delicious nonetheless, so not going to judge them. Wrapping up the specs portion, if you will, this is going to be a 6-year bourbon in here. That's going to be their distillate. I believe it was, oh man, I should have remembered. I think it was 82%. I don't know. We'll flash it up. And then a 7-year rye. Believe that it's MGP's 95.5 rye. Symphonied them together. And here we are at, I believe, 116.2 proof. Yeah. Nailed that. They didn't even put it on the label. They just got the little percentage. Bing, bong, bam. Good at math again. They're going to be out of Georgia, so that heat working wonders down in their rick houses. So pretty excited to pour this guy up. Did we do everything else? Oh, price $90. That's kind of important. So, the age, $10 per year. I don't know if that's still a thing anymore with inflation, but you got cast strength, some blending, craft distiller, limited edition. Let's pour it up and see. Is it worth 90? Or is it worth more? Or do you just pass? It's odd since I am pretty intrigued by the BouRye, but it's kind of striking out a little bit. I understand the High West BouRye, kind of the OG, at least to me. Great label as well. With the jackalope, pretty sick. I hear that one's on the down, but last year's batch I enjoyed. It was overpriced, but I enjoyed it. What was the other ones? I don't know. Knob Creek came out with one. We won't need to talk about it, but we'll talk about this one. Like, subscribe, Patreon. There's a tier to where you can sample this, essentially. So go take a look at that and throw your boy some love, and I will throw whiskey at you. With love, though, because it'll be packaged. Perfection. Those things need to arrive safely. All right, on the nose. Couldn't tell you it's 116, meaning not a lot of ethanol on the nose, which is great. I mean, it's just inviting, rich sweetness, good vanilla, a lot of maple. I'm going to go maple syrup. Maybe it's the color influencing me, but there is a lot of sweetness in here. I could probably tell you there's at least rye characteristics. Slight mint. Does have some florality to it, but I do feel like that sweetness, I'm not turned off yet. I'm not a big floral rye guy, not even earthy rye guy. But yeah, just in case you're new here. Whether it's air, time, like spending time with it, swirling, or the answer being yes. I do enjoy when things start to poke their head out just a little bit more. So here we go. There is a great kind of like orange peel, but if you were like old-fashioned guy, I'm sure you could probably do it in other cocktails. Didn't know why that took so long. Maybe I was intimidated to say cocktails, but Either way, you flame that orange, it kind of has like that nice sugarized, caramelized orange oil. Love that. Kind of has that going on in here. Kind of leading me down maybe like an old-fashioned route at this point. Great vanilla. That florality is still there, but there was kind of like this nice like chocolate, not milk chocolate, maybe a dark chocolate. So what helps the nose? Tasting it, and I'm sure you're tired of talking. I am. 116 shows up. That's good. Could be first sip of the day. That is delightful. Great vanilla, almost like a buttercream going on. Oh yeah, she keeps going. That's great. Really enjoy that. Where we start. That maple syrup pulls forward drastically. That orange peel, still good, still great, if you will. I think it's getting away from the orange little flame thing that you want to show off to your friends. This one going more into, I don't know, it's not, I guess an orange jelly, because it's not fresh orange and it's not orange peel. Maybe like it, but it's not candy either. I don't know. It's bringing me down a breakfast path with the maple. There is kind of a nice breadiness. It did start to come out on the nose, which was great. More like a croissant, something like that. Not just like Wonder Bread, where you're like, I don't know why it's not disintegrating under the water anymore. All right, sip one can be a liar, especially on the finish, experience, if you will. Let's dive into that on sip two. I realize there's probably a lot to really dive into still, at least in terms of viscosity. It is very velvety. It's soft. It's rich, floods the palate pretty good, actually. That maple syrup is great. I understand they did the maple spirals. That was like drinking a waffle. It was great. This is like drinking, like if you went to IHOP, because your kids eat free, and it's tough times out there. So your kid's out there doing the French toast, and you look away to like go do something else, or you spilled your coffee. Or you're like, oh, damn it. You look over, and the toddler just, or I don't know why it's squeezed like that. You're like, oh my God, that's so much. We're going to need more. Needless to say, the French toast aspect of it, pretty low. Good, rich cinnamon pastry in there, but very low under the maple syrup puddle that your kid just wreaked havoc on. You have Ethel over here being like, shut up, Ethel. And then Jimmy's coming over, the waiter. He's like, that can't be free. That's like 2 tubs of maple syrup. It's like that, which is great. Not overly sweet, like Havana. This is very well done. I will say the rye aspect does peek its head out a little bit more on the palate. Nose, outside of that florality, I don't know. That started to kind of die away as I kept sipping it or sniffing it. But the sipping, good rye spice in there. Baking spice is really coming out. That finish, still good. It's still warming, and I wouldn't say it's overly hot. I don't know if I would sit there and say drinking under 116, but an approachable 116. Kind of like that. Kind of like if you saw an MMA fighter and you're like, I know he's a fighter, but then he's like, hey. You're like, hello. Ah! Like that. We're going to go one more sip. Just because, I don't know. Feel like the examples are rolling out and I'm going to hit a wall of examples right after this sip. It's sweet, it's spicy, but not overly spicy. It doesn't hurt the tongue. It just tingles. It tingles the whole time. It's great. Really enjoy it. On that finished piece of it, as it kind of lingers, that rye spice does continue to come out. This nice kind of black pepper, but maple syrup throughout, a little bit more oak as it kind of hangs out on the palate. I think the balance is really well done between the bourbon and the rye. Smells like a bourbon 90% of the way, but a pretty good balance of sweet spice on the palate and the finish. I'm impressed. What can I say? I did buy it. Wish it was sent to me. So you'll know that this is as honest as it could be at this point. Now, we got to score it. Senses categories wise, we got our buckets down there. This one will be interesting to see how it opens up a little bit more. Does it start creeping up into more of a fantastic category? I think I'm going to keep it great though. So I'm going to stick, I'm going to go 85. It's knocking on the door of fantastic. If I try this again a couple months from now, she blossomed a bit more. You're like, oh wow, I got the braces off. Maybe we should go see a movie or something. Maybe it's into that fantastic. It is really great. So credit to 13th Colony this time around. I've been hard on them. This one, well done. Bang for your buck wise, $90, as we alluded to, that kind of $10 a year type of thing. It's 90, but then there's like younger whiskey in here, if you will. Not super young. I mean, it's young compared to the 18-year-olds out there. But you got a limited edition, craft distiller, probably fairly hard to get if I had to imagine. At $90, you could probably convince me if they put this on the shelf at $120, people are still buying it. I think I would be willing to go up to probably $110 after trying it now. It's very good. Happy hunting. So bang for your buck score. In addition, you got the blending up to 110. We'll go with good. We'll go with good 71. That may be low. At $90, that's not small. Yeah, 71. That's not a small chunk of change. Yes, I'm willing to go up if I didn't have one post tasting it. But 90 is a pretty good price for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Good for you guys. Well, 13th Colony on the right track with some transparency, and definitely their blending abilities are actually extremely cool. So excited to see what they do with the Symphony composition. I think that's the word. I hope it's the word. I think I've said it a couple times. Composition, culture. Number 2, just sheer curiosity. Everybody's a little tinkering out here now. Like, subscribe, did that. Patreon, did that. That's it. Good luck.